Hi guys, this is Vimal Roy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today let's understand what is internet. Internet as a word is not uncommon, right? We use it in our everyday life, be it like browsing through a social media site or booking an online ticket or buying things from e-commerce or even watching interesting videos in YouTube's, something like this. So, what exactly is internet and how it works? Let's understand that. Consider you are sharing your room with your friend. You both have your own laptops. Your friend is actually having a lot of files with him, which is of more for you. And the most interesting part is he updates his collections every now and then. So you would like to get access to all those files. There are two approaches you can take. Get some pen drive or a hard disk, insert that into your friend's laptop, upload all the contents to the pen drive, bring it back to your laptop, get access to those files. Or set up a wired connection between your laptop and your friend's laptop and get access to all those files. And whatever you wanted to view, you can view at any point of time. Let's change the scenario slightly now. Consider you have 9 friends, and all 9 friends is having some interesting files with them. So all of you 10 decides to connect all your laptop with one another so that you all can get access to all those files. Now, can you think of how it will end up? Yes, not something which is clean, right? So, the reason for being like this is you wanted every one of the computer to be connected with the other 9 computers. So, what does that exactly means is 9 wired cables should move out of every laptop so that it gets connected with 9 other laptops. I know this looks like a mess, but apart from being a mess, it is actually costlier to implement something like this. The reason? The cost of the cables, which we will be using to connect all the 9 other laptops. To avoid this and to make life simple, we'll bring in a new component to this network. We call it router. Consider a router as a mini computer. The work of this mini computer is to help all the computers that are connected to it to communicate between each other. So, how does that really happen? Every computer here will be having a unique number. We call it IP address when it gets connected to this router. So, router uses something called DHCP to give a unique IP address to each one of these computers. So, if a computer B has to get access to the files or to request files from computer F, it just have to send a request to router with the IP address of computer F. So the router actually maintains a table where the relationship between an IP address and a computer is maintained. So every time router gets a request with an IP address, it knows like where to forward that request. Let us slightly change the scenario now. Consider that few of your friends has changed their location, but still all of you wanted your computers to be connected so that your file sharing doesn't get affected because of that. So how can we achieve that? So all those friends who are sitting in a place can connect themselves to the router. The same way it happens in the other side as well. And now, since a router is a mini computer, it actually can connect with a different router. So, this way, two different networks can connect with one another. With a simple example, we actually created two networks. And world has crores of networks like this. Connecting all those networks with a cable is difficult and costlier. So, like, why don't we use a existing network, something like power cable telecommunication. We can actually do that. But the problem there is the data signal which is used to transfer data is different than the actual signal that passes through a power cable or a landline network. So we need a converter that converts data signal to a power signal when it sends data, and a power signal to a data signal when it receives data. So that is where a device called modem comes in. So the role of that, or the functionality of that modem, is to convert a data signal into a power signal or vice versa. We actually have one more challenge. Routers can't maintain crores of network information. So that is where ISPs come in. When I say ISP, they are internet service providers. Companies like Airtel, Vodafone comes under this segment. So ISPs have special routers that can communicate with different ISPs who are located at different part of the world. So they actually have a cable connection between themselves so that network data can be transmitted across the world. So this is how computer in one part of world can communicate with computer in another part of the world. So this is what we called internet.